Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently ready to deploy. We are going to be leaving the Boar's Head behind, and it is going to be continuing to repair. So that's fine, we're completely ready to go here. So let's hop into the command center, and I'm interested in finding something that might do some good damage to us. Like perhaps this. Destroy base in Tundra? Sounds good. Let's go ahead and check here. No free priority salvages at all. Sad. We'll just run it straight down the middle. Okay, sounds good. So Taboo, of course, doesn't have his beloved Atlas to utilize, but we can bring along the Corsair, and instead of the Orion, we can bring along the Battlemaster, and that'll be great, running us in our heaviest configuration here. Although technically, we do have the Wolverine here. We should ditch the Wolverine and bring the Orion. That, I believe, is our heaviest configuration. Yes. Okay, so we need an Orion pilot, we need a Corsair pilot, and a Battlemaster pilot. So let's look for some of those. Anybody in here? Yeah, here's an Orion pilot in coma. Excellent. And now all we need is the Battlemaster and the Corsair. Here's a Battlemaster pilot. And what about the Corsair? Well, here's a Corsair pilot. Sounds good. We'll go ahead and deploy that. And that will be great. We do need to destroy this base, and that will be in Tundra, so we're not really going to have much for heat issues here. That's going to be fantastic. I'm very, very pleased about that. We are hoping that we'll run into enough heavy enemies here to cause us some fairly substantial damage, because I am expecting to travel very soon, and we'd love to have our mech bays be busy throughout that traveling period. That would be ideal. We'll see if it happens. I mean, for all we know, we could be up against Railgun and Arrow 4s. And nothing but those. That all move in round one. Like, the immediate movement spawning in our backline, killing all of our mechs. It's theoretically possible. And if that happened, like, if all of our mechs were irreparably damaged, I might end this season and just start again at that point. But we need to destroy enemy structures and extract safely. And I kind of babbled throughout all this, so I won't read this. It's not anything particularly interesting. It's an accountant problem, apparently, but let's hop on in here and see what we've got. Automated warning. Yep, there might be reinforcements. We don't have allies. Okay, I hate where we're deploying here. Can we deploy over on this side? We can. This is, I think, a much better place to deploy. What about over here? No. Okay, we'll deploy over on this side here, and we'll just make our way in like so. Okay, let's see what we've got here. We don't immediately see any enemies, but... Oh, we do see enemies immediately. Where is this guy? Up over here? Oh, okay. They're like over there. Sure. We should... Oh, right here. Never mind. We should definitely go for these turrets right away. That will be a big boon for us. This is also a mech here, I believe. No, that's a turret. Never mind. I was fooled by the fog, or rather the smoke. So at this point, it is going to be our Salamander that moves, and the Salamander will move up, take cover here, and we'd like to fire on... Honestly, it's going to be over here. This is at pretty far range for our MRMs, and it's round one, so no sensors, and it's nighttime, so our hit odds aren't great on this turret, but let's see what we get. Little bit of armor damage there, that'll do. Okay, the Mauler is going to sprint forward here as much as it can, which isn't a huge amount. It might take some pretty hefty damage here. We'll just call it done there. Not going to bother firing. Yeah, that's a rear attack on the Battlemaster, but we don't actually care.
Will be done.
The Awesome is going to step forward over here, and it does have LOS out over here, so it has much, much better hit odds. We could fire on, let's see, that's an anti-tank turret. That's a quick cell special, whatever that is. Heavy turret and heavy turret. Okay. None of these turrets look tremendously dangerous. I think we're going to focus on this quick cell special because I don't know what this is. We'll go ahead and fire this. 150 damage into that armor. Great.
Aye, aye.
The Black Knight is going to sprint forward. I don't expect that we're really able to get too much done here, in all honesty. Yeah, I mean, we'll continue to fire on that quick cell special. Got a little bit of damage in there. That'll do.
Hey.
And our Battle Master will step on forward. This will also have much, much better hit odds. And we're going to go ahead and fire on that quick cell special. This is potentially a kill here, but I'm not going to say it's definite. Yeah.
Yep.
The Corsair is also in the boat of being able to fire at this range, so we'll go ahead and do that. That's the structure exposure. Turret systems destruction, but that quick cell special is not dead.
Ready for orders.
The Orion is not able to see out that far, so his hit odds are going to be much lower, but this is still probably a kill on that quick cell special. And next round, we'll be able to take these out much more efficiently. Fantastic. One turret down. Next up, the Madcap Mark II. Once again, not really able to see out that far. That's okay. Round 2, we'll have our sensors. We just exited combat. That gives us a turn in which to close in, and so we shall.
I'm going.
I like it.
Acknowledged.
We're going to close in as much as possible, which in this terrain isn't necessarily a huge amount, but there we go. And now they will move a Clint. That's not very threatening. Not very threatening at all, if I had to be honest.
Commander.
Our Black Knight is going to move on in here. And we are going to go for, I think, the heavy sniper turret or the anti-tank. 160? What's that anti-tank at? 320. Dual rocket packs and a heavy rifle? Okay, we'll fire on that anti-tank turret. Decent hits there. And the Awesome is going to head out over this way and continue to hit that anti-tank turret. I'll fire the Rocket 20 on these odds.
Locking target.
A lot of good crits there, but it's not dead.
Oh, I like that shot.
Okay, the Battle Master is going to step in over here. And I think the Battle Master is not going to go for this anti-tank turret, but rather the heavy sniper turret. I was hoping that we'd get the crits to take it out. Not quite, but it was very close.
What can I do for you?
The Mauler is going to sprint on in over here. Are we in range for lasers? SRM-6 we are. We'll go ahead and pot shot this and see if it happens. We need crits for it to happen, though. And it didn't. That's okay.
There's more where that came from.
Indeed there are. That's a Victor. That's a little more threatening. Okay. Nice 80-tonner there. The Corsair is kind of on a ridge here, and I don't like that, but it'll back off a bit. And do we want to fire on that Victor? Or do we want to finish off some of these turrets? Honestly, I feel like our other mechs can fire on those turrets, and we'll work on the Victor's armor a little bit here. Nice. Almost 80 damage in there, 76. I didn't see what this is. It's just like an LRM-10, though. LRM-15, actually. That would be a second Zeus? Or actually, that's just a Zeus. Okay, so they do have some assaults out here, but that's not too bad. Our Salamander is going to walk in. The Salamander is going to go for the kill on this anti-tank turret. And this is a guarantee right here. This is definitely dead. Two turrets down.
One nice turret.
Okay, somebody out there that we don't see. A Grasshopper. Okay, that's a heavy, like a 70-tonner. Still not super threatening to us, but there might be reinforcements on the way as well. So our Orion is going to step in here. The Orion is going to go for the kill on this heavy sniper turret, and we're not going to fire our LRMs here, I don't think.
Aye, aye.
We missed 67%. Fair enough.
Ready for orders.
I'm a little sad about that, but it's not the end of the world. The Mad Cat is going to walk up here and finish the job.
Engaging target.
There we go. 3 turrets down.
Reporting. Turret eliminated.
Okay, next round is our Black Knight closing in. The Black Knight's going to move up to here,
Affirmative.
and let's take a look at what we can shoot at. It looks like the obvious option is the Victor. Odds are pretty low here. We'll go ahead and boost it. There we go. Not much damage into that Victor, but it's okay. The Victor closes in, and he's probably our priority target. Interesting. Some sort of an artillery weapon, it looked like, but doesn't have splash damage.
Let's do
Okay, the Salamander is going to move up,
Confirmed.
and I'd love to hit this Victor. Hit odds at this range are actually non-terrible. And we'll do that. 50%.
Making the jump.
I'm very pleased with that. Yeah, that's great armor shred. I expected that to be far worse. The Battlemaster is going to move up.
Enemy reinforcements detected.
Oh, out over here. Centurion and a Cataphract that we see. So the Battlemaster is pretty exposed right now. We're just going to have to fire on the Victor here and hope for the best on the Battlemaster.
Die.
Not great hits there, but the Victor is unsteady. So phase 18. Shooting at the Corsair? Sure.
I'm ready.
At this point, the Awesome is going to move up to here. Now, these guys just dropped in, so they still have their evasive pips. Oh, hello. That was exciting. And then we can just fire on this Victor, I think. We'll fire our eye rockets. This should do a decent amount of damage to the Victor. It may get a kill, but I think it's unlikely. However, we destroyed his AC-20,
Mess him up good.
so it wasn't an indirect firing unless it was a special ammo type. Okay,
Waiting on you, Commander.
interesting. The Mauler is going to come in here, and the Mauler is going to finish the
Commander.
job
Moving
on this
out.
Victor, I think. Hit odds aren't great here, but we can definitely Warlord it to boost those.
No sweat.
No damage. Okay. That's sad. I'm used to seeing at least a little damage from a shot like that. But the Orion will move up and fire on that Victor. And this could easily kill it.
Target confirmed.
It did a lot, but that's not a kill.
Target.
But it is a knockdown. And that killed it. Okay, fantastic. So, phase 17. The Zeus is out of LOS, so we don't need to worry too much about him. It's these guys I'm concerned about up here.
Need something, Chief?
Our Madcat Mark II is going to move back up this ridge here, I think. Oh, we also see a Strider and a Grasshopper up here. Okay, so that's their full Lance composition. Is this guy moved? No. I'm going to reserve here. Okay, that's a Grasshopper out there. They're really focusing this Battlemaster, but they're not getting much done right now. This is going to be, I think, side arc on the Battlemaster. I don't think they really
What
get
do you
rear.
need?
The Corsair is actually... None of these have moved. And this guy over here had a stealth field generator, so we're not surprised that we don't see him. We could theoretically fire on the Clint from where we are. Decent hit odds, actually. No, I don't want a first aid. I want a Warlord. Okay, so we'll Warlord here, and we could fire on the Clint here, and potentially do a decent amount of damage. All he's got is a medium laser and a medium rifle, so he's not very threatening, but he's an available target.
I'm taking this shot.
Cool. Structure exposure on that Clint, so he's in a lot of danger now. And we want to pivot our Madcat Mark II out over this direction. It's probably also going to fire on the Clint here. It doesn't have the LOS out this... Well, it has LOS, but it doesn't have the vision out that way.
Yield the love.
Yeah. I'm not shocked about that
Negative
one.
damage. Repeat. Negative damage.
Sensor lock on our salamander seems fine. At this
Standing
point, the
by.
Black Knight wants to pivot out over this way. That Centurion never moved in that round. Huh. That's odd, right? I feel like the Centurion should have moved. There it goes. Okay, it does some damage to our Mark II.
Systems.
Running an AC-10. Sounds good.
Hey.
Our Battle Master is going to pop out over this way. Yeah, we're turning our rear arc over here. We don't care. LOS is a nice block. So we're going to fire on this Centurion side arc here. Our hit odds aren't great.
There we go.
And we hit nothing there. That's sad. I was expecting at least one hit there.
Figures.
But no such luck. Okay, they're firing on our Black Knight. We don't care. It's completely fine. They can do that all they want. We're in a slightly awkward pincered
Yeah,
spot
come
here
on.
right now, and our Salamander is definitely going to make its way out over here.
You got it. Going flat out.
I would like to Warlord, but that's not an option. We'll fire on this Centurion and see what we do. Quite a bit of armor shred. I like it. Okay, phase 20, what are they going to do? Strider moves up, fires on the Corsair. That's unsurprising, given the fact that the Corsair is exposed right now, but we'll be able to move it very shortly.
I hear ya.
The Mauler is going to make its way out into the water out here,
Got it. Max
because we
speed,
need to
no
start making
shooting.
our way up this corridor. There's no doubt about that. We need to close in on these guys. We're just kind of chilling down here right now, pot-shotting with our long-range weaponry, and it's doing okay for the time being, but the reinforcements are awkwardly located for us.
Yeah.
Our Corsair is going to pop back into this cover,
Got it.
and we are going to fire on this Centurion, I think. Yeah. Definitely the Centurion. If I can stop sneezing long enough to do that. Perfect. Let's get in there. One Gauss rifle hit, and a couple of laser hits there, tagging the Centurion side arc. I like it. Our enemy, the Grasshopper, moves up, fires on the Mauler. We don't care. That's completely irrelevant to us.
Yes, command.
At this point, the Madcap Mark II is going to pop up here into the cover, and we're going to continue pot-shotting this Centurion. Odds aren't great. The Madcap Mark II can't see that far. But we still got a hit with the Gauss, and that's what's important right now. I believe that the Centurion is unsteady, although I don't know that for a fact. We'll find that out soon enough. Phase 17. Okay, that'll be the big boy over there. That's fine. No big deal there, really. Thus far, anyway. And yeah, we need to close in on this, for sure. Okay, the Grasshopper out there closes in a bit, fires on the Mauler. It does get a hit in there, but it doesn't do very much.
Nice try.
Excellent.
What's up,
At this
Doc?
point, our Orion is going to position up over here. And we're going to use our range to fire at the Centurion. We are going to Warlord this to boost these odds a bit. I would love to see this Centurion die here. It is a possibility into this side arc. This is this weak side. And there it goes.
Tango down.
Excellent. Next up is our Awesome. Our Awesome is going to position in the river over here. We're going to sprint up over this way,
Confirmed.
closing in as much as possible. Now, we could go for the Cataphract, we could go for the Strider, or we could go for the Grasshopper. Hit odds are actually slightly better on the Cataphract since we have the roll on the medium laser here.
May I
So we'll fire on him and see if we get anything. We don't, but that's okay.
Negative damage.
Okay. At this
Awaiting
point,
orders.
the Black Knight is going to sprint up over this way,
Confirmed.
and we're going to also fire on that Cataphract.
Target locked.
5 damage in there, okay. I'm not shocked that it's not a lot, but the Black Knight gets to move instantly again. And we're going to move up over here. I'm going to Vigilance it, because the Black Knight is a bit exposed to fire from multiple angles here. And then we're going to fire once again on this Cataphract. Got a decent amount of hits in there. That's great.
How's it going?
And then the Salamander is going to move up over here.
Moving to position.
Can it actually get down into the water from there? I think it can. And we're going to... I would love to Warlord this, but we're going to fire on the Cataphract here, and this is just for armor strip. That's the only purpose. Building up that instability was pretty good too, though.
I am out of short-range missiles.
No, you're not. You've got plenty more, that you're just out of improved ones. The Strider moves up, goes for the Black Knight. This was fully expected, and that's why we Vigilanced it.
Taking minimal damage.
Excellent.
Standing by.
The Awesome is going to move up over here. What are hit odds better on, Cataphract or Strider? Again, because of the medium laser firing, I'm going to fire at the Cataphract here. And also, I'd love to get that stealth field generator out of there.
Affirmative.
Actually, we stray shot the Strider there. I like it.
I'm here.
The Battlemaster is also going to step in over here. And once again, we're going to make the same calculation. I suspect it's going to be the Cataphract. Technically, it is the Cataphract, but by a hair. Okay. We did miss a lot there, but the Cataphract is now officially unsteady. Unfortunately, it moves instantly, so they do have multiples that they can move over here. Fascinating. Was that the Cataphract? I think that was the Cataphract. Yeah, that was definitely the Cataphract. So it'll move now. And that means that all of that instability is for naught. However, our Mauler is going to sprint up over here.
Pedal to the metal.
We'll have it start climbing up this way. And it can fire its LBXs if it likes. Honestly, the better choice is the Strider here. Maybe we get a crit in this leg? Ammo explosion? We'll see.
Commander.
We actually did get some crits in the leg. I like it.
Another hit like that, and you're toast.
Okay. So we just need to keep closing in here. This is what needs to happen. That Clint is trying to wrap around over here. We don't care about that.
Standing by.
The Orion is going to position up over here for right now, and we're going to continue pummeling this Cataphract if at all possible. Although the hit odds are actually substantially better on the Strider, so we'll go for that. This could very easily kill this Strider. It doesn't have much armor. The Gauss Rifle missing does make that less likely. But that's good hits on it. Mostly just armor strip there, but that's okay. Firing on the Black Knight, I don't care. That's completely fine. Phase 18, the enemy Zeus closes in a bit. Sure. Can do that all at once. That's fine.
Waiting for
Our
orders.
Madcat Mark II is going to stay put exactly where it's at, and the hit odds are probably going to be on the Strider again. They're just generally bad. I'm actually going to start moving the Madcat Mark II over this way.
On the move.
This is not going to help its hit odds immediately, and we'll potshot the Strider. Yeah, I didn't expect much there. Okay.
Missed.
I'm kind of missing the Atlas at this point. There's no doubt about that, but it's in for repairs, so that's fine. The enemy Grasshopper closes in, fires on our Mauler indirect. Don't care.
You've got nothing. You hear me?
I'm here.
Okay, our Corsair is going to remain exactly where it is, and we're going to fire at this point on that Strider, I think. Do we have... No, we don't have Warlord, but we can fire on this guy, and we may well get a knockdown here if we hit the leg. Ooh, we missed everything. I was hoping to get something there. I wasn't expecting to hit
Negative
everything,
damage.
and I wasn't expecting a kill there, but I was hoping for a little
Standing
more
by.
than we saw there. The Black Knight is going to step forward over here, and we are going to fire, I think, on the Strider again. Keep rolling that.
Copy that.
Shoulder and lower leg destruction
That's
there.
gonna hurt.
Okay. He's unsteady, but he gets to
Look at my
move
Gauss rifle ammo.
immediately. Unfortunate. Very, very sad there. Fires on the Black Knight, gets very little done. Cool. At this point, the Mauler is going to continue to climb this hill.
On my way.
We have LOS on the Grasshopper, or on the Strider, or on the Cataphract, or on the Grasshopper. Our best hit odds are the Strider, and we're going to go for that. We are running out of LBX AC-20 ammo, so I'm only going to fire one here, but this could easily be a kill if we get lucky. It could also easily not be a kill, because these hit odds are abysmal at this range at night. Ammo explosion, but it was contained. That's for sure a knockdown.
Yeah, critical hit.
Actually, it wasn't a knockdown, just unsteady. The Grasshopper walks up, fires on the Black Knight. Honestly, gets very little done, but it does stray shot the Strider, and that may be a knockdown on it. Pilot ejection for Panic. I like it.
What? No.
Our Battlemaster moves up. We're starting to definitely have some refire penalties on our Ultra AC-5, but we have decent hit odds on that Grasshopper, and we'll take those. I will Warlord this just to boost it. Not a lot of hits there, but we did get a head hit, and we'll take that. Phase 19, this Cataphract is going to move soon. The enemy Clint also moves up. It's got that flanking position, so we can start pot-shotting at that. That's great. At this point, the Awesome may actually want to... we'll head over here.
On my way.
And I would love to hit the Cataphract, but the Grasshopper is much better hit odds.
Locking on.
Okay, another 58 damage to it. We're just going to close in. As we get closer and closer, these guys are going to be taking more and more damage. They're hitting the Battlemaster fairly hard there, but that's okay. We'll see where it ace pilots to.
how this is going. I can't take much more of this.
Okay, that's fine.
Commander.
So our Orion is going to step forward into the water here. We need to continue closing in. And we can fire on the Grasshopper or on the Cataphract here. And honestly, I think that the Cataphract is the one that we take. Absolutely.
Taking the shot.
We missed the Gauss. But this is a dead Cataphract.
Take.
Not right now,
Commander.
but as soon as this Salamander gets in there. Okay. We're going to Warlord this. And we're going to overwhelm his AMS.
Got it.
No AMS firing at all there. There's some ammo explosions. They were contained, so that's a knockdown on the Cataphract. No stealth field generator for you, hopefully, anymore. Actually, I think it does still exist. Okay, well, that's going to be super dead once the Corsair has its say. And it does right now. Get out of here.
Attacking from position.
There we go. Now we just need to continue closing in here.
Hostile removed.
So let's go ahead and do that. And we definitely need to think about getting the Madcap Mark II some better night vision. That's like just better vision in general. That's definitely something we need to think about doing. The Madcap Mark II is going to pop up over here. And we would like to fire on potentially the Heavy Shredder turret. But I think the Grasshopper is probably the one to go for. 51%. Actually, the Heavy Shredder turret is indeed the one to go for. We'll Warlord this, and yeah, we definitely need to work on this vision.
Target acquired.
Okay, 75 damage to the Shredder turret. Sounds good. Let's see what they move. It'll be the Grasshopper, I think. Okay. Cool. Not much damage dealt there. And that'll be fine. At this point, we're going to move in with the Awesome.
Acknowledged.
And the Awesome can fire on anything here. Although I think the Heavy Shredder turret is probably the one to go for. I don't want this thing to really get to fire very much here. So there's a bunch of damage to the Shredder turret. And we'll see what they do. The Zeus is just kind of running around back here, firing on the Mauler.
Ah, dang
It did get a head hit there. That's sad.
Minor damage, Commander.
And the Clint running around back there as well.
Standing by.
Okay, the Black Knight is going to sprint in up here.
On
And
my
we'll
way.
see what it has
Double time.
range on. I mean, the heavy shredder turret, it only has the SRM6 streak, whereas the grasshopper, it can do a lot more on, potentially. Yeah, that was better. So we'll allow that. The Battle Master will come on in over here. It doesn't have LOS, I don't think, to get to that shredder turret, but we'll sprint it in, and we can fire on either of these. The hit odds are far better on this grasshopper, so we'll go ahead and do that.
Firing everything.
Fantastic.
Standing
Next
by.
up, the Salamander is going to move in here,
On it.
and it can fire on either of these. Range means that it should fire on this grasshopper, but hit odds means this one, and we'll fire on this one.
Roger.
Structure exposure there, and another head hit,
For
actually.
the critical hit.
That's great.
Receiving you.
Our Orion is going to... step back here a little bit.
Location.
So we have
confirmed.
unobstructed LOS on this grasshopper. I think that we could easily kill this. At the very least, we'll knock it down. Didn't get much into the torso there. But we did get a couple of heatsink destructions and a knockdown on the grasshopper, which could incapacitate the pilot, and indeed it did. That's great.
How's it going?
The Madcat Mark II is, at this point, going to be firing at this heavy shredder turret. And we'll fire the Rocket 20s just because I want to get those crits in. We missed both Gausses there, which is very unfortunate. That means that we have no chance for crits there.
I'm out of short-range missiles.
I did expect one Gauss to go through. The Corsair will follow up, though, if we have LOS, and we kind of don't, I don't think. Yeah, we don't. So we'll go for the Grasshopper here.
Roger.
Structure exposure on that. Always nice, and it's unsteady, but it does move instantly. So that's fine. Okay, the Grasshopper positions to fire on the Battlemaster, taking a bit of armor damage. No concerns there.
My armor's getting blown apart.
The Mauler is going to move on forward here, up this ridge, and we're going to fire at this Grasshopper everything we've got. And we're going to Warlord it. Now we could easily kill this Grasshopper with either through armor crits or some sort of crit into this torso, but it's a bit of a long shot. We'll see what happens. As I said, a bit of a long shot. Okay. That was that Shredder turret that I didn't want to fire. And in phase 21, they're going to be moving their Clint, I think. Yeah, that's what happens there.
Yes, Commander.
Our Battlemaster's CT is on the low side, for sure. But we're going to continue firing on the Grasshopper here. Not getting much done there. I'm not super shocked by
Yes,
that.
Commander.
Our Black Knight is going to step in over here.
Moving to position.
I would love for it to go for that Shredder turret, but again, the Grasshopper is the obvious choice.
Copy that.
Heatsink destruction, but not much into the torso there.
Reporting critical hit.
Okay.
I'm here.
At this point, the Corsair is going to continue to hit the Grasshopper.
Okay, I'm on it.
That's a lot of armor damage, and it's unsteady.
Ready for orders.
The Awesome closes in. Now, this is obstructed LOS, but that's okay. This is straight into that weak side.
Target acquired.
We did miss one of those PPCs on like 82%. That makes me sad. But let's go ahead and hit this Grasshopper here.
Affirmative.
He's taking a lot of damage here.
Reporting critical hit.
Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Our Salamander is going to close in and finish the job. Do we have Warlord? No.
Targeting was Alpha Strike.
That's another torso destruction and a knockdown, which may incapacitate him. Actually, there we go. He just ejects. Sounds good. The Zeus closes in. Fires at the Awesome. Gets some damage in there. That's fine.
Taking some heavy damage.
Okay,
Standing
at this
by.
point, the Madcat Mark II, we are hoping that it actually finishes the Shredder turret this time. It probably won't. but that's some good damage to it.
Score. Critical hit.
Okay.
Good to go.
The Mauler is going to close in here, and it will finish the job. Guaranteed.
Right, Commander.
There we go. No more Shredder turret.
One less turret.
Fantastic. Next up is our Awesome, and the Awesome is going to move in. I would love for it to come in. Actually, up over here isn't terrible. We can position here and fire on that Zeus. Solid damage into its flank. I like it.
Commander?
Next up is our Black Knight, which is mostly going to be in an armor shredding role. I want to leave this firing corridor open, so we'll position here. It's obstructed LOS, which is not ideal, but let's see. Only a little bit of armor shred there, not much. So the Clint moves up, doesn't do anything of note.
Receiving you.
The Salamander can position here, and this is going to be another big armor shred for us.
Here we go.
In fact, this could kill the Zeus. And it definitely did. Okay, I like it.
Tango, down.
That's great.
Stay there.
At this point, our Magcat Mark II is going to swap over to killing buildings, and that's
Copy
great.
that.
Enemy structure damaged, Commander.
Cool. That medium reinforced building is nearly down.
Right here.
Our Battle Master is going to move up and finish the
Roger
job
that.
without firing the UACs.
Engaging.
There we go.
Good
One
shot,
less
Commander.
building.
Enemy structure down.
Perfect.
Aye, aye.
The Corsair is going to fire on this building.
Acknowledged.
We're not going to take it down just yet, but it'll be much closer.
Orders.
The Orion is also going to help out with that.
Firing on target.
And this may take down the building. Not quite. Lacking 8 damage. Oof. The Mauler is going to sprint up the hill. It's not
Sprinting.
able to get in range of the last enemy, but we'll finish off this
Roger
large
that.
military building. There we go. 2 down.
Write it down, Commander.
Okay.
Waiting
The
for
Awesome proceeds up the hill. Is not able to get into LOS of anything, so it'll just sink eat.
Aye, aye.
The Black Knight, pretty much the same
Here we
story.
go.
Commander.
Madcap Mark II, of course, can fire on this medium building.
Affirmative.
150 damage in there, that'll do. And we'll see what this Clint decides to do. Ah, he's finally exposed himself. Fantastic. So now we can go after the Clint. He's going to die very quickly.
Minimal damage, Commander. Yes, boss.
Our Salamander can not quite get into LOS of it.
Let's move.
We'll sprint up and just toss our last round of ATMs at this guy to shred any more armor that we can. Hopefully a little bit there, but
am
not
out of
really
LRM.
too much done.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, our Battle Master is going to walk in here,
I'm there.
and we're going to light him up with the UACs straight into his strong side, which is no longer his strong side. Excellent.
Standing by.
The Orion could fire at the Clint, and actually has pretty good hit odds on it, so let's do it.
Roger.
This Clint is not doing well.
Think I hit something good.
It's not quite a knockdown, which I'm
Right.
slightly surprised by. The Corsair could fire on the Clint as well, and could easily get a kill, so we'll do that. And there we go. The Clint is down. All we need now is this one last
Mech
building.
destroyed.
Perfect.
Good to go.
The Mauler is not able to move up this hill. Well, that's unhelpful.
Commander.
Okay.
Cooling.
I was definitely expecting the Mauler to be able to climb the hill. There's no doubt about that.
Holding.
Nobody can get up here. Cool.
Waiting for
So we'll just have our fire support mechs deal with this.
Aye, aye.
There we go. Problem solved.
I'll meet you at the LZ.
So yeah, we definitely need to work on the visuals on that Mad Cat. There's no doubt about that. That's something that needs to happen. Hopefully I'll remember to do that at a point in the future. That would be ideal, but we'll see if that actually ends up happening. As far as how much damage we took, it wasn't a huge amount. The Battlemaster took a fair amount in the CT, but other than that, we really didn't take all that much. Just a smattering here and there. For salvage, I mean, we're not going to get too much here. We have 2 priority salvage, and they didn't really have all that much great. I guess we could take a couple of Zeus parts. Assuming that there's not anything else down in the components that we care about, but I don't think that there is. Nah, this is fine. Okay, so the ER medium laser and the medium rifle. Yeah, we want the ER medium for sure. Mine dispenser, get out of here. I don't like when I have mines, and I don't like when the enemy has mines. We don't need those cases. We don't need the Engine Core 240. We don't need the Guardian ECM. We don't need the primitive sensors. So there we go. In terms of how much I think that this is going to cost to repair, I don't think it's going to be too huge of an amount, honestly. I think it'll be something kind of along the lines of 80K. We really didn't take that much damage, so I'm guessing something like 80K is going to be where we're at. It might be less than that. Would it be much more than that? I don't think so. I'd be surprised if it was much more than that, but we'll see what Yang has to say. It is well past time to put a cut in here, though, so once we know what Yang is going to say, I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I'm actually surprised. I undercut it by 100K. Okay. Well, go ahead and get that done, Yang, and I will see you all next time.